What's going on, everybody? It's Don Rock Blanks from Real Jim in Keyport, New Jersey, with another story time. And this one's about the first time I was ever in a movie. The movie just so happened to be Krush Groove. Now, back in the day, there used to be a radio station called 98.7, 92 KTU, and 107.5. Those are the three stations that we used to listen to. And they had an advertisement. I was getting ready for school. Of course, I had perfect attendance. I lived in the projects in Rahway, New Jersey, but I had perfect attendance. So, as I was getting ready for school, on the radio they said, we're having an open call for a new movie with Run DMC, blah, 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 blah. And they gave the location, but I was so excited, and it was, it was only that day, that I didn't realize what the address was. So I made up my mind at that moment that I was going to get in this movie. So, and this is to all you kids, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it, right? So check it out. This is how my journey began. So on my way to school, I walked by my man Ace's building. He lives in the projects. So I walk over to knock on his door. I'm like, Ace, man, you want to be in a movie today? He's like, man, if I miss another day of school, I'm going to fail. So he couldn't make it. I'm walking to school and I'm running into people. I'm like, yo, who want to be in a movie with me? Everybody had to be at school because they missed too many days. So I'm walking by the train station in Rahway, and it's a dude named Willie Lee. He lived down Cleveland. He was a cool dude. So I said, Willie Lee, man, I'm about to jump on the train to head to New York to go be in this movie. He said, you know where it's at? I said, I don't know. I just know it's in New York, man. I'm going to call my man Joe and try and figure it out. So I said, you want to come with me? He said, sure. He's on the way to school. We just jumped on the train and went to the city. We got out of Madison Square Garden. And this is how stupid we are, right? We get out. We don't know where the hell we going. We don't know where the damn thing is. But this is how you create your own destiny. So I called my man Joe. He couldn't go because he's in school uptown. And he couldn't come down to meet with us because he had to be in school. So we get out on Madison Square Garden. We come up to the street. I said, let's just go up to the street and just see what's going on. And we see a limo. Now, how many limos are in New York City? 1 million of them, right? We see a limo. They got to be going to the set. So we start following the limo. We're running across the street. And we get to 7th Avenue. We see another limo. I said, man, that looks more like a limo than. So we start following that one. And as we're running up the blocks, we hit 42nd Street. And the limo led us to, I think it was Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5, or whatever. They were walking around the corner, or they looked like them anyway. And we're like, they definitely had to be going to where the film was being shot. So we follow these guys walking up the street, we're following them. And they lead us to, we were actually around the corner, it was at the Manhattan Center. It's actually where it was being held. It was a crowd of people. We're like, this has got to be it. And so, we roll up to the spot, and that's where they were having an open call. So that's just the beginning of the story. So you line up, you're supposed to have a picture with you, this, that, and the third. You fill out a form, and then they give you a number to call you back. I ran into a kid, my man Tariq Mustafa's brother, who was from Roselle. He was there. He just so happened to heard the same thing. He had showed up, and he got a piece of paper also. And so you give them your picture, and they say they'll call you when, they're going to shoot or whatever. And if you get a call, you're in. If you don't get a call, you're out. So after that, we're out in front of the Manhattan Center. It's a crowd of people, rappers from everywhere. And I met the dude, LL's old partner in rap, Mikey D. You remember Mikey D, Cereal, that cat? And he was spitting, and you're just making friends with everybody, making connects or whatever. So fast forward maybe a month later or a couple of weeks later, I never got a phone call. So I remember the kid from Roselle, Tariq's brother, he had got a sheet. So I gave him a call, and I'm like, yo, did you ever get a call back? He's like, yeah, but I can't make it to the movie. So he gave us the address and location where they were going to be shooting. So then they were going to be shooting at the place where Puffy had the party, the college where they had the kid got killed and Stampede. I think it was a community college in New York. I forget the name of it, but that's where it was being held. And it was this. So me and the kid Willie Lee, we went over there. So because if you didn't know, you wouldn't know where it was unless you got the call back. So we had to sneak onto the set, like as if we got the call back, but we lost our sheet of paper for the release. But make it long, we signed the bullshit release for the day, and that's where I met the Fat Boys. Prince Marky D. That's my dude. We ended up doing business later on down the line, but that's when I initially met them, and it was cool as hell. We hung out in the cafeteria chopping it up, and we shot the scene "Don't You Dog Me," and you'll see the clip where I'm in the film, and that's where I built a relationship with Marky D initially. So the second day we were shooting on 22nd Street with the Fat Boys. They were doing a scene by that diner on 22nd Street. So when we got to the shoot, we didn't hang out with the extras. We always made our way, and I met Crazy Eddie from the group Crazy Eddie OC, back in the day. So when I connected with Crazy Eddie, he went introducing me to everybody. So then I met Run DMC that day, and then Jam Master Jay pulled up. He had a green Oldsmobile with a million Christmas trees hanging from the rearview mirror, and the incense shit. And I met him that day. He had a green Oldsmobile, and the thing was, he was playing Tougher Than Leather. And the version he was playing had guitars in it. So he was playing it, and then I remember him getting pissed off. He was like, man, they threw the guitars, and they got to take that crap out. You know what I mean? He didn't want this. So Tougher Than Leather, how it sounds now wasn't how it sounded. I heard it, with the guitars in it. So he was real cool. We took pictures. I took pictures with Ron and D. And then I met Grandmaster D from Houdini also. He came to hang out on the set. And what else? That's it, man. That was my experience with the movie Krush Groove, Peace.